Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sydney. In today's video, we are going to talk about a new Poshmark listing strategy concept, and we're also going to talk about how to make the most of your inventory. I feel like this is really important to talk about, especially during this time when we cannot necessarily get out to go sourcing, and inventory is kind of limited right now. So we are going to talk about how to stretch out your inventory, how to make it last longer, and some listing strategies that you need to be doing to increase your Poshmark sales. Before I get started, definitely let me know in the comments below how long you think your inventory is going to last you before we are able to go out thrifting again. Do you have a lot of inventory that you think can last you a few weeks to months, or do you think you're gonna run out? Definitely let me know down in the comments. I also wanted to share this book with you guys that I bought before all of this craziness started happening, but it is called 100 Days to Brave. 100 Days to Brave, Devotions for Unlocking Your Most Courageous Self. This is an awesome devotional book. I'm on day like 37, but it's got 100 devotions in it. And it is amazing for entrepreneurs and business owners. So if you like devotional books, I will link this down below. Definitely check this out. I think it's really great for entrepreneurs, and especially during this time. Thank you so much to those of you who are in my private Posh Boss strategy group. I've been doing nightly live shows in the group during the weekdays. They have been going amazingly well. I'm enjoying talking with everyone every night. So if that is something that you are interested in, if you'd like to participate in the live videos, definitely send me an email. My email is poshbosshelp@gmail.com, and I can send you over the info on joining. I also wanted to point out that I have reduced the price of my strategy guide. It is linked down below in the description box, but it includes over 25 pages of tips and strategies for you to use in your reselling business to move inventory. It talks about offers to likers, it talks about closet clear out, it talks about sales strategies, all kinds of tips that I've used over the past 5 years to move inventory. Make sure you check that out down below if you are interested. Okay, so let's get into the video. A couple days ago, I posted in my Posh Boss HQ discussion group. If you're not a member, it is linked down below. But I posted in there that I was going to film some Q&A videos and ask for questions. So this question comes from Colleen, and she says, is it better to list all at once on Poshmark or in different spurts throughout the day? So this is a great question. This is also something I've been asked by a couple other people, especially during this time when they are trying to make the most of their listing strategy, just because we don't really know when we're going to be able to get out and get more inventory. So I encourage you to kind of be strategic with listing your inventory, and that's what we're going to talk about. It really depends on how much inventory that you have access to, not during this time, but also anytime. Some people only have a certain amount, a certain budget that they can spend on inventory. So it depends on how many pieces you're able to get a week. If you can get lots of inventory every week, then you can be a little bit more generous with how many items that you are listing. If you are limited to the amount of inventory that you have or that you can get, then you need to be a little bit more strategic, and you need to be spacing out your listings. What I mean by that is that, let's say you have enough to list, let's say you have 50 items. So you do not want to go and list those 50 items all at once. You want to space them out, especially during this time when you can't necessarily go get inventory. So the minimum that I like to tell people to list is 5 items a day. And that's not for full time, that's not even for part time, that's just minimum to get a response in the activity on your closet. Just from my observation, whenever I list 5 items, I notice a huge spike in activity. So I'm pretty sure that kind of triggers something in the Poshmark algorithm to promote your listings, to promote your closet. and you will notice a spike in activity on your closet if you sit there and you list 5 items. Now, it's not just about listing the 5 items. You also want to be strategic in when you list those 5 items. So what I like to do is I like to get up and I like to list 5 items in the morning, and then I'll share my entire closet. And that kind of jump starts your closet for the entire day. It gets your items in circulation. It pushes them to the top of the search results, pushes your new items into the just in category. So that's just an overall great practice to kind of activate your closet for the day. Next, I like to list at least 5 items during the last party of the day. The last party of the day is the most important time on Poshmark because it's when the most people are active on Poshmark. If you look at the amount of listings that go into that party, you will notice that that's when the most people are on the app. That's when the most people are just kind of sitting on their couch, playing on their phone, and they're on the app. So you want to list during that time because your items are going to be more likely to be seen during that time. Now, you don't have to stick to 5 items. Again, this greatly depends on how much inventory you have and how much inventory that you need to have access to. But I highly recommend listing at least 5 items per day. And again, that's not for full-time, not for part-time necessarily, just minimum 5 items a day to keep your closet going. That's very important during this time that we are facing when we are not going to be able to get inventory. So if you can list at least 5 items a day, that is going to keep your closet kind of fresh and active. So space out your inventory. Go through all your inventory, figure out how many pieces you have, and space it out to where it can last you a few weeks, a few months. You know, that's going to depend on how many pieces you have. You start to run out, go through your house, go through your closet, ask your friends and family if they have stuff that they don't want. You know, do everything you can to be able to list at least 5 items per day. But you don't want to list everything all at once ever, because when you list everything all at once, you're kind of limited on the views that those items are going to get. Usually when you list something, you kind of know if that item is going to do well or if maybe it's going to take a while to sell. Items that usually sell pretty quickly will start to get a ton of activity on them. They're going to get likes, they're going to get shares, they're going to get comments, they're going to get added to bundles. You'll be able to know if that item is going to sell quickly or if it's probably going to sit for a while. Definitely start paying more attention to not just how many items that you're listing, but also when you are listing your items. You want to list them first thing in the morning so that your closet is activated for the day, and then you want to list during the last party at night when the most people are on the app. You want to be active during that last party because that is when the most people are going to see your items. You want to be sharing during the last party. You want to be sharing other people's items during the last party. That last party is prime time to make sales, because most sales, if you notice, I make a lot of sales at night. I'm not sure, you know, how true this is for everyone, but I make a lot of sales overnight just because people are on their phones, on the app, and more active on the app during the evening hours. You also have to take into consideration the time zones. So I'm on the East Coast and the last party starts at 10 p.m. That means it's 7 p.m. over on the West Coast. So people over on the West Coast might not necessarily be paying attention to the party while it's going on, but they will go into the party later and they will shop from the party, and they'll be able to see those listings from the party. So you want to make sure that you are actively sharing consistently during that last party in the evening if you are trying to move your items quickly. Okay guys, so that is my video for today. I hope this helped someone. If it did, definitely give me a thumbs up down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.